Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here with another episode of Quilt Bingo! Yay! And today, when we roll the dice, we hit houses. So I have a couple of fun patterns, a few fun patterns for your houses, because everybody needs a house block in their sampler quilt, right? It just reminds us where home is and all the fun stuff. And yeah, so we're going to get into the sewing here in a bit, but let's do a shout out. Angela at the 1/4 inch seam, and the second one is Pam at A Scrappy Little Joy. Now, both of those ladies' YouTube channels are going to be in our show notes below. You guys have got to go check them out. They're just having an awesome time over there. And it's so much fun to see what other content creators are doing. And if you like what you see there, hit their subscribe button. And of course, tell them that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Now, we have also in our show notes, you got to get into the show notes, people on your device. And I get in with my laptop. I can't get in with my phone. I'm not very tech savvy or whatever. And I know you can watch YouTube on your TV. I can get in on my laptop. So I'm not the most technical person. So if you come into the Facebook group, you can ask one of the admins. Some of them are a lot better at that kind of tech stuff than I am. But you got to get into the show notes. The first thing you're going to find, one of the things you're going to find in the show notes is our Zoom sew dates. And that's the first Saturday of every month from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And also it has the link and the passcode that you need to come. Now, if you don't have any sewing that day and you still want to come hang out, please come. If you're bringing your counted cross stitch or whatever you're working on, just come. We're a place that we come hang out and laugh and chat, and it's all good. Now, another thing, making comments, share, like, subscribe, hitting the bell, thumbs up, and all this stuff, it helps drive our analytics. And we love hearing from you, for number one. We really do love hearing from you. So making your comments, we're really happy to hear, people even say hi or drop us a heart or whatever. Also, that is really important to help drive those analytics so we get to more people and we can tell them that, yes, we're giving away a whole bunch of fun free patterns, right? Also, we have a Facebook group, and the admins have asked me to tell you, because it's a private Facebook group and you're part of that Facebook community, you have to answer the questions and agree to the rules in order to be let into the group, right? It's very important because they're denying people that aren't answering questions are not agreeing to the rules. And they're trying to tell people, this is what you got to do, right? So if you're answering the questions and you're agreeing to the rules, it's not a problem. Right, so we also have virtual sewing room hosted under Discord. We have several fun community chats, and they're all, oh my gosh, the admins have done such a wonderful job with those community chats and moving them from, the regular messenger into the community, the new community stuff, right? So under Messenger. So that was, thank God for my admins. Fabric exchanges are by country, and some of those blocks that come out of those fabric exchanges are just awesome to see, and they're all sorts of fun. Well, I also speak for free about elements of design, making charity quilts, and working with scrap fabric, and I will have a second one ready for the end of December of 2025. You can get a hold of me under my About tab, where you can send me an email or you can message me through the Facebook group. I am faster on the Facebook group than I am in my email because most of the time my email is broken. I don't know. Also, shout outs. If you guys have shout outs or you see other channels that are doing all sorts of fun stuff and working hard and, coming up with some great content, please let me know. I would love to put them on my shout out list. Now, I'm doing 2 at a time because I want people to have, get a shout out like within this month. I have lots of people on my list, and I just love the fact that there's so many of them. And you also help me find new channels because I don't have that. So that is, again, under the About tab with emails, or you can message me through the Facebook group. The next thing after Quilt Bingo is done, we're going to start our next sew along called Twinkle Twinkle. And the only clue you're getting is save your strings. Now, if you're not a string person, or you don't have strings, or you don't like working with strings, you can cut your pieces out of regular fabric. You can cut your yardage or your scraps or whatever. You can do that. Honest, it's all right to do that. Also, Mini Monday is coming back with some changes. And I think it's the beginning of December when Mini Monday starts to drop. We're going to be doing some hand piecing for sure, some EPP, right? We're going to be doing like small piecing and of course foundation paper piecing. And it's any block from 3.5 inches unfinished to under 12.5 inches unfinished. So there's a bigger variety. I have lots of fun ideas. So I'm kind of looking forward to like filming all those fun ideas. But we'll limit it to a little bit because I have a really good idea coming up. So I think that's it. I think that we've covered everything. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay, so come on in. Let's get to the sewing of house. Okay, here's our cute little house, and we didn't make a house with a blue door. That's kind of an on-running joke in this household about the blue door. Anyway, so we're just going to take this piece and line up, it's the corner, right? We're going to line up the corner with this. There we go. Oh, nice. Wait a minute, what side? If you're working with batiks like I am, and you can't tell which side is the good side or the bad side, nobody else can either. One side is usually a little more defined, but on this piece, it's not. So we're just going to start lining up your corner here. Will help with your roof piece. It'll help sew your roof piece on. There we go. There we go. And oh, I don't have to do another leader under. I've got other pieces here I can do. So I'm just gonna grab a window. There. Now I clipped that off straight, so it is there, just perfect. There. Now I'm going to do the other side, and I'm going to line that one up just like so. Okay. And now with that, the roof is done. Okay, and we're going to just press this open, just because we can. And I'm going to get that. I thought this fall color, we're filming this in the beginning of October, right? So all the fall colors are here in Canada. It's just lovely. I know this one's not going to be aired or drop until sometime in December when we're covered with snow, but that's okay. So I think I can sew this on to the roof, which we might as well get in there. This is kind of a block that you would do if you've got bigger pieces of scrap. And, you know, like, this is just a fun block. It's 12.5 inch block. And you make all sorts of fun little, you could do fussy cutting in the windows or in the doors. I didn't have any fabric to fussy cut from. But, yeah, you sure could have fun with this one. There we go. Get that up. Okay. And open, press this open, just like so. And I'm going to sew this on here, just like that. And I'm going to leave my seams up, because that way I know they're going to lie flat and they're going to be open. Just line that up. Okay. Now I'm pressing away from the roof just because I think it'll lay a hair flatter. A good check is always, this is a lovely check. This, I don't know if you can see the check in it. It's just a lovely check. Never forget to add in like plaids, florals, botanicals, check, you know, that kind of thing. Make all the different textures happen. It's just such a lovely way to, you know, to put these blocks together. Now, I'm gonna push this one away from there. I'm gonna go like that. And I gotta get a leader ender. That's okay. We haven't said leader ender in a while. There. I took out a bunch. Sometimes you just need a bunch of leader enders. You might as well just take them all out of your crumb box and start sewing them together. I decided the next crumb carnage is going to be yellow. Now I'm going to open this up because I can, and I think it will lie a little bit flatter. And I'm going to go like this. There we go, just like that. And so those two together. And another leader ender. Why? Okay, there we go. That's it. There. Okay. I am going to press this one open as well. Now, I can do the grass. Yeah, I can do the grass. These are such simple, fun little blocks. I mean, you can go as scrappy as you want too, right? You know, it's one of these blocks where if you want yellow houses, you could just pull out all your yellow scraps and start cutting, you know. And it would be kind of fun. Or what was that, what was his name? John Cougar Mellencamp? Pink houses? You want a bunch of pink houses? There you go. I know he did his stuff with little pink houses or whatever. You could do the same thing with your quilt and have it inspired by music. Okay, there we go. Now we just press away from all the door and everything. And now we get these two pieces. Wow, this one comes together really quick, eh? And now this is the side that's got all the seams, and you don't want to twist your seams. Or if you twist your seams, you can clip them. Some people don't like clipping them. So sometimes if you've got a bunch of seams on one side of your fabric and you're sewing a long strip, which we are, you know, they want the seams on the top side so that they can make sure they're not clipping. And everything's lying nice and flat. Whew. There we go. Okay. So, here. And another leader ender. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that away from all the windows and, you know, doors and all this stuff, so it lies flat. Now, just from the back, the first thing we did is we pushed away from the roof. Now, this is, you know, normally I made sure there was not going to be a whole bunch of show through on this fabric that I picked. But if you have a fabric that you're picking and there's a lot of show through from your roof color to your sky color, you have to flip those seams the other way. But I just flip them this way. And then, of course, you know, you start sewing on your window because you can. And I pressed open because I think it lies a little bit flatter. It's entirely up to you. And you just keep sewing these together as you go through. And it's always nice to have a little pile of leader enders because then you can get those done too. So let me give this a good press and we'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here's our cute little house block for Quilt Bingo. Now this is the beginner version. And you know, sometimes I hope this one helped you, you know, to kind of decide to press open, when to press open, when not to press open. Sometimes it's just making your block lie just a hair flatter. Now, this was the beginner. This one is the intermediate. And you can see you got the same concepts here as to when to sew, you know, sew open, sew, you know, fold over. You're making four, so you're handling little smaller pieces. And yes, this gets really fiddly, but this is a lot of fun. And because I put like a gold and it kind of gives it a 3D effect, right? It kind of, you know, pushes the house back So that's what I wanted you guys to learn too, is about, you know, like sometimes you play with your lights and your darks, or your mediums and your darks, and you can create a 3D effect. But, so we had some fun with this one. And now, the hard one. And the only reason this is hard is it's fiddly. That's what I'm going to say, it's fiddly. I did have an opportunity to do a lot of fussy cutting, but I decided I'm just going to go with green windows. I just like, because it's kind of crazy. And I thought, okay, and again, you play with that darker on the side, and it does give you a 3D effect, right? You know, where it pushes everything back. And this one I'm calling a boarding house, or I can't remember if it's condo or boarding house I was calling it. It's just, it reminded me of some of the buildings down in Edmonton where I live, where there's like several stories or a couple of stories, and it houses, you know, every window has a different rooming house basically, and everybody goes and does a community breakfast. So I thought, yeah, it's kind of like a boarding house, maybe a condo, you know, who knows. It was kind of fun. It was just a fun way of like playing with my fabric and coming up with some fun ideas. So I do hope you're sewing along with us and learning some fun stuff as we go. Again, you know, on the backs we did press open when we could, because everything lies so much flatter when you press open than when you just press to one side. So it's up to you how you want to do this, right? But you know, you should have like a house block and a sampler quilt. They're just fun to have, right? So anyways, I hope you're sewing along, having a great one, and your 1/4 inch seam is just right on the money. So take care and stay well until we see each other again. All right, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey, and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life, and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life, and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.